First, a special thank you to all our new subscribers. We truly appreciate your engagement and feedback. If it's your first time here, welcome to our channel, and we hope our content helps you on your way to becoming a Day One solicitor.
You know, you watch an illegal drama on TV, or maybe you've even been in a courtroom, and you see the person in the robes and you think, who exactly are they? What's their title? How much clout do they actually have? It can seem kind of confusing, right? Well, we're about to make it all make sense.
This video was created with AI to support SQE1 study. We are independent and have no affiliation with the SRA, Kaplan, or the SQE. We do not share exam content, and our videos are for informational purposes only and should not be used as legal advice. Please check and refer to primary legal sources and recommended prep guides as you study.
All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're taking a look at the judicial ladder in England and Wales. We're going to break down who's who in the court system, from the ground floor all the way to the very top. See, the whole system makes a lot more sense when you think of it like a ladder. There's a really clear ranking system, and once you get your head around that structure, everything else just clicks into place.
So first things first, let's get a key term down. When we say judiciary, we're basically just talking about all the different types of judges working in the legal system. It's the collective noun for the whole group.
And that brings us to the main event, the judicial hierarchy. This is the system that organizes all those judges. It ranks them based on how much power and responsibility comes with their specific job.
So here's the bottom line. It's actually pretty simple. The higher up that ladder a judge is, the more power they have. It's like a pyramid of authority. So let's start right at the peak.
Okay, we're going right to the top of that pyramid. Let's meet the most senior judges in the entire system of England and Wales.
Right at the apex, you find the justices of the Supreme Court. Now, this court is a huge deal. It's the final stop, the highest court of appeal for every civil and criminal case in the UK. What they say goes. Their decisions literally shape the law for everyone.
And you'll notice they all hold a senior judicial office, and you address them, my lord or my lady. They're the ones in the Supreme Court making those final, binding decisions we all have to live by.
The next part, you've got the Lord Chief Justice. This isn't just a fancy title. It is the single most senior judicial role in the country. They're the head of the whole operation. And when you see it laid out like this, it becomes really clear. The Lord Chief Justice usually presides over the Court of Appeal, and if you were ever to speak to them in court, you'd use the address my lord or my lady. That immediately signals their senior status. All right, let's step down just one level to the next part of the hierarchy. We're talking about the judges of the higher courts. Now, these are the judges you often hear about. They handle the most serious, the most complex cases. Think of those massive trials you read about in the news. That's their turf. And you can see, they work across a few different courts. The High Court, of course, but also the Crown Court and Family Court. And just like the absolute top brass, you'd address them as my lord or my lady. And this is a huge deal. This is what really sets them apart. Unlike other judges whose powers are spelled out and limited by law, a high court judge's power is inherent. It's not restricted by statute, which gives them some serious authority. This chart is perfect for putting it all together. You can see the Supreme Court way up at the top, followed by the Court of Appeal, and then the High Court, where these judges do a lot of their work. It's a great visual of how the judge hierarchy lines up perfectly with the court hierarchy. Okay, so we've been way up with the top judges. Let's come back down to the courts that most people are much more likely to actually see. These are the judges handling the day-in, day-out work of the justice system. Now, this is a really practical way to see the hierarchy in action. It's all in how you address them. You go from the very formal, my lord, for a high court judge, to your honor for a circuit judge. That change in title is a dead giveaway of the difference in rank. You could say circuit judges are the real workhorses of the system. They're in the county courts and crown courts, handling tons of trials that directly affect people's lives and communities, from contract disputes to serious crimes. Calling them your honor shows respect for their really important but different place on the ladder.
And that brings us to the foundation of our pyramid, the district judges. These folks are absolutely essential because they handle an incredible volume of cases in courts all over the country.
And here's the last change in address. A district judge is simply called sir or madam. It's much less formal, right? And that reflects their role.
even as they do the crucial work of sorting out thousands of everyday legal problems, things like small claims or family issues for ordinary people. So we've gone through all the ranks and titles, but so what? Why does any of this actually matter? Well, it's about a lot more than just what you call the judge.
This pyramid really sums it all up, doesn't it? At the top, you have senior offices with massive authority. In the middle, you have judges whose powers are inherent, not limited by law. And at the bottom, judges with powers that are clearly defined and limited by the rules. You can literally see how power flows from the top down.
And this is the real reason it all matters. This whole structure creates something called binding precedent. All that means is that a decision made by, say, the Supreme Court has to be followed by every single court below it. No exceptions. That means the law is applied consistently, so your case should get treated the same way in Bristol as it does in Birmingham. It's the glue holding the entire legal system together.
So this whole pyramid brings order and consistency to the idea of justice. It's built on this core principle that decisions from the top are the final word. But that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question, doesn't it? What happens in those very rare cases when a decision from the very top might actually be wrong? Definitely something to think about.